So we have an assignment in Google Classroom, and we read the instructions, and the example of the assignment is right there, and we have drawn that assignment in CADD. How do we submit this assignment back on Google Classroom and turn it in? This is what we're going to do. We're going to go down here at the bottom, and we're going to grab a layout. And so right now, this is called paper space. This is model space where we do all the drawing. This is paper space. So when I get to paper space, you'll look, there's a large margin around there. We don't want that large margin. So we're going to click on the square here. Is it going to let me click on it? There we go. And I'm going to drag it to that dotted line. So I drag it to the dotted line on the top. I'm going to drag it to the dotted line on the bottom. Now, right now, I am outside of paper space. If I move my thumb wheel, I can enlarge my page, but I can't do anything inside paper space. What I have to do to get inside paper space is double click. Now, when I move my thumb wheel, I can adjust what's inside paper space. So I come outside of paper space and double click. I'm outside of paper space. Again, to get inside of paper space, I double click my cursor. Now I'm inside. Inside paper space, I'm going to highlight what I want to enlarge. I'm going to click the top button, and now everything kind of gets in place, but I want to make it bigger. If I try and roll my thumb wheel, it might be a little bit too big where, see, it's not quite fitting in the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my steering wheel, and I'm going to hit zoom, and this allows me to zoom in one little click at a time. And so there you can see I've got as much of this title block inside of my page as possible. We're ready to export. All right. So I'm going to go up to the red A. I'm going to hit export, and then I'm going to select PDF. So I'm going to export as a PDF. At that point, it is going to allow me to save my picture. So I want to make sure that I'm in my subdirectory, which is under documents. So I'm going to click on documents. I'm going to click on my subdirectory, which happens to be Radcliffe right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this drawing the name that it's supposed to be, which we'll call it orthographic block 5. Okay. And it's always good to put your last name. So let's put Radcliffe and an underscore. So this is what we're going to save it as. Radcliffe orthographic block number 5. I hit save. All of a sudden there's a flash. Woohoo! Now, if we shrink AutoCAD, which I did not shrink AutoCAD, I shrank VNC. So if we shrink AutoCAD, here's my assignment. Here is my directory, Radcliffe, and right there is Radcliffe orthographic block number 5. Let's inspect it. I'll double click on there. This is the drawing we want to submit. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to come over here, and we are going to hit our view assignment. We are going to add. We are going to add a file. This gives me a place where I can drop the file. I'm going to grab this file. I'm going to drop it into Google Classroom. And once it is in Google Classroom, then I can turn it in. And we are going to, and by golly ding dangy, it's done.